So today we spoke with a person, and your name?
Chris Garrit.
Chris Garrit.
Yeah.
And your presentation organization?
Yes, we are from the organization Respect for Groningen. So respect for our country here, Groningen, our province of Groningen. Groningen is known as the most rich province of whole Europe because we have the most gas in the ground here in Groningen. And from the 60s, late 50s, they discovered the gas, and then they started with the extraction of the gas here in our country. And the first years it went great. We had a lot of money. Was very good for the Netherlands. They took the gas from Groningen and they built a lot of new highways in Amsterdam. They built the water problem we had in the south, the waterkering in Zeeland. They built it from that money. We buy a lot of war stuff, a lot of war airplanes.
All infrastructure, it's growing up very fast because the gas giving to a lot potential with the cash when you can investing.
Yeah, so we did it in the Netherlands, but the only thing we didn't do was thinking about the future of Groningen, of thinking about the future of the Netherlands, of thinking about the crisis that we have now with our energy. So we see in Norway they do it much better. It's there they regulate all the gas extraction. They make money for the society, but here in the Netherlands they mostly the money went to Amsterdam and to Den Haag, to the national government. And now we are on a point that the gas gets a little bit out of the country. So there is still gas in the ground, but I think the half of the gas is now gone. I'm not a technical gas man, I'm not a scientist about that, but
So we have it, of course, the United States and Canada, but we have Asia and Rusland. We have also places with the Norway and Sweden, and of course Africa and Australia. But all places when we can look into the gas, it's in Europe. The first places it's Netherlands. Groningen, exactly, the province Groningen.
Yes.
But the last, the all years when they start exploitation, then we have also a lot of problems because we have the shake with the land. And turbulence.
In the beginning it was not so very clear, you know, from in the 70s, all right, we had some farmers and the cows, they went crazy sometimes, you know, and the farmers were thinking, what's happening here? And because cows are very sensitive for quake, so you can see it from the animals. But then there was some farmers that in the 70s already started to say, hey, there's something going on here, the ground is shaking. But the big oil destruction company, the NAM, the Shell, Exxon, they said, no, you are crazy, man. It's not true. So the farmers went a lot of years. They once were seen as crazy people. Till 2012. In 2012, that's now 10 years ago. There was a big earthquake in Huizing. It was an earthquake of 3.6 Richter scale, and 3.6 you will say, it's not so much.
And this is happening here in Groningen or around something places?
Groningen. Huizing is a little village. We are now in the city center of Groningen, but this is 23 kilometers from here. It's a little village.
And what happened with that house?
There was an earthquake of 3.5, 3.6. and all the province of Groningen we had a shake, like wok, and there was a lot of damage done. So there were like 10,000, 15,000 houses with damage in one time. Bam!
But nobody died.
Nobody died.
So
Yeah,
it's
no, I cannot say that nobody died. It was, we always say this thing is earthquake is it's an earthquake in slow motion. We say it because no, actually at that point nobody died, but in later years a lot of people they hanged themselves.
Oh.
They died from heart disease of other because the government didn't treat the people well.
Oh.
So there was this earthquake, the houses were destroyed, and the government said, okay, we don't know who did this. Maybe you're living in an old house. Maybe the bus is coming a lot of times, or a train is passing by a lot of times. So maybe the cracks in your house is about that.
So politics try explain that it's happened not natural.
No.
The government liar the people.
Yeah, they were lying to the people, and there's also a trick book on. They had like there's a website, and they say all the tricks. They also said, oh, you have daughters. Your daughters are too fat.
Oh.
And that's why you have cracks in your house now.
So it was really crazy.
Really crazy.
Yeah,
so
this is
like so the people got mentally quite upset. Very they were mad. There was a lot of feelings started to happen.
Can we have a situation when the government pay for the people for that insurance with the houses?
Yeah,
people
yeah.
have something cash with that what we are destroying the houses.
You would say if I have a car, you have a car, and I jump in, I crash into your car, I damage your car, and I have to pay your car. It's so easy as that. But the government, not only the government, but mostly the NAM. You know what the NAM is? The Nederlandse Aardoliemaatschappij. This is this company that's together with Shell and Exxon. They have these three companies, and they take the gas out and they sell it. And they sell it for the state. So the NAM said, maybe it can be. So it took, I think, 3 or 4 years more that they really said, okay, it's about the earthquakes. And first, the people that were living in the damaged houses, they had to prove that it was about the earthquake. That's very crazy that you have a crack in your house and you have to prove that it's about an earthquake.
People is not specialists. People must also pay for the specialist who must coming and say this is true. Yeah, and this is a lot cost. Not everyone have the cash, and I understand a lot of people have the problem with the psychic because they must live in the houses who was destroying, and they know what happened in the next day with the houses.
That's true. So then the government finally, after a few years, they said, okay, no, you don't have to prove it anymore. We got to do it a different way. The NAM has to prove that it's not about the earthquake. So that was a little plus for the damaged houses. But then another problem occurred because it was not to the judge.
Oh,
so let's see, the NAM did a little investigation in the house.
Yes.
And these investigations, they cost more or less 60,000 euros.
Oh, so it's a lot of cash.
Yeah, a lot of cash to have some experts to look to the
But
house.
every one person itself must pay for the 6,000 euro if they want to check in that? Or
no, like the government said, okay, we see the problem, we give you 1 million euros to the problem. And you would say, oh, this is nice for the government, they're going to pay the people. No, they didn't pay the people, they only paid the experts.
Oh.
So
the experts probably say this is not happening. It's not, and automatically you cannot have the cash.
Yeah, the expert was. It's also that it was a little bit dodgy because this expert was also from the government, also expert from the NAM, and they were paid like 60,000 for every house.
So it's mean they pay for themselves because the people who work for them, that was the representation for the government.
Yeah.
So except if I have the glass and the two glass is mine. So I say it, I give you the water, but I put in the water with the first glass to the second one, but the second one is also my glass. So you don't have it that water. I still have it in my glass in that water.
Yeah. It's a little bit. We call the Dutch broekzak vessa. It doesn't matter how the money goes, but it goes. So the people are not happy because they make like taxation, and then after the 60,000 they could say, no, your house is not. It's about. There's a plane flying there. And there's a lot of planes on this line, so this turbulence makes this crack.
And how long people waiting for that decision? If after we have the Shake 2012,
there are people still waiting.
Still waiting.
Yeah.
So we have it almost 10 years when the people still waiting and they don't have answer, they don't have cash, they still living in the houses who.
Not all.
Not all.
There are lucky people.
Can we know how many houses it was destroying?
At this point, there's 23,000 houses.
23,000 houses
waiting to get fixed.
When we have the old, young people, when we have the farmers, when we have another groups.
Yeah, 23,000.
So not
houses.
only in center of Groningen, also around.
No. I have to say the gas extraction is a little bit outside the city.
So in that region,
in the northern region,
So in that region,
and the city center of Groningen. It's a little bit earthquake city, but the most earthquakes are more in the countryside.
And people have maybe they opened something private organization, foundation who starts representation there, and they have something private lawyer.
That's a good point. The lawyers, because then you get the 60,000 euro reportage. And they say, it's about the airplane, or it's about it's about the groundwater that is going. So that's why your house is now cracked down. Then you can say no, but it's not clear. And then the next problem starts. You can go to the judge.
Yes.
But the problem with the judge is the Dutch government. They can pay the most expensive judges in the world. So they have the very expensive judges, and the Dutch government has a lot of money, of course. They can pay. Okay. You as a house owner, you can maybe pay a few thousand euros for your lawyer, but you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. So the government will always win. That's one thing that is quite heavy.
All right. And the next steps we have the situation when the people say it, we not believe it you.
Yeah.
And that's what I asked about organization. So can they open something organization? Because the people when they join for the together with the groups, they was much more stronger or only one person.
That's true. That there are a few organizations, very good organizations.
Can you tell for us what is the first one? Was that
the respect for Groningen is for organizations people. So there is Sandra Beckerman. She's a girl. She works for the Parliament in Den Haag. And she's one of the she lives here in Groningen. She's a real Groninger, and she is the only one that really makes this case strong in Den Haag. It's very heavy to see that all the Parliament people they are a little bit sleeping.
Can we told what organization from politics she represents?
She's from the Socialist Party, SP.
Yeah,
SP, the Socialist Party. Then it's me. Like I'm not from the politics, but I'm a cultural guy. I was a night ambassador for Groningen, and I'm also Groninger, and I think this is a very big issue. And I fight for it. I'm activist together with her. And we do it for two organizations, Groningen Gasberaad. Groningen Gasberaad is an organization where a lot of organizations into it, like the farmers are there, the churches are there, the monuments are there. So and we have a Groningen bodembeweging. Bodembeweging is more individual people, like 5,000. They have 5,000 members that pay €10 a year, and they get informed about what's going on. And so this group of four, now we do this Respect for Groningen, and we do now trying to make this case.
What is a strategy? What is a strategy to what you want to do it with the points? First points, what you want to do it?
So the first point is we have to stop the gas.
Stop with the gas. So it's important you not accept that. What happened? Of course, nobody accept that. What happened in Ukraine with the war? But automatically you not also accept that again. That must be exploitation gas. And what you see the solution for that? Because in Netherlands we have many innovation technology. We know at the train it was very fast communication because they used the energy from the water and electricity who giving the strong and natural power. Of course, not always giving that what we want, but it's enough to its possibility. And we have also here a lot panel solar, and so it's used with the sun.
We are not so good in the Netherlands with that, eh?
Maybe not.
No.
But
if you see the list in Europe, we are under. There's a strong technology. We are good in that, but we are not so good to make it a social thing that everybody should have the solar panel.
What you have as proposition for the politics or solution for the people? It's probably not easy finding that. And
we are not an organization to find solutions. We are only an organization to say, hey, there are so many problems here, and it gets so unsafe for the Groningen people to live here now. We are waiting now for the earthquake of 5 or 6 or 7, and then people will die. So, and that's quite heavy, and it's more heavy that you don't help these people, you just leave them there, you say nothing, you do, they do a little bit, they give maybe 0.5% of the money they should give to Groningen, they give it. It's like a little bit. Of all the money that goes, that we took out of the ground, 100%, 99% went to Amsterdam. And if I have
it's
to
not fair. It's not fair. It's not still balance between the old province with the cash to.
No, so they take everything out and they don't give it back. So what we got here, we got this province that is economically very, it's not strong. It's a weak region in the economics. It's the weakest region of the whole Netherlands.
So
it's true. That is.
I hear that.
So it's quite heavy. So you can. I have my company. I pay a lot of tax, and I like to pay taxes. I pay the same money as a company in Amsterdam. It pays also the same, but I don't get my safety for it back. In Amsterdam they got safety. I don't have the safety because tomorrow it can be a big earthquake, and then maybe my company is gone. It can be quite heavy. So. That is not. It's not an equal case. It's not fair.
Not stability from the.
No. So we now say, we are not about making the solutions, but we only can see, hey, what's happening in Groningen? We have to stop this gas train now.
And what is the decision with your information about politics? They still wanted to really stopping that, and they don't want to open it.
No. It's very hard to trust the politician because the Dutch politician is quite corrupt. We don't say it as Dutch people because we always say, in Italy people are corrupt or in other countries, but I think we are hidden corrupt here in the Netherlands because it's all friends of the Shell and it's all and now we have this parlementaire enquête, maybe you saw it on TV. They are here. It's a hearing about what's happening here, and they are talking with big CEOs of the gas companies, of CEOs of the. If they come, because sometimes they don't come, from the Shell, but also officials from the Department of Economics, and what they say, it's all about the money. We don't care about safety. The safety is for them is not the first thing, and it should be, of course. The government should give safety to the
So
people.
we have the one person who really have a good contact, the lady from parliaments, and she is representation one with the organization with politics. And what do you think she wanted to do with that situation with the gas if the politics really want to open that sector and start exploitation? Did you want to accept a organization something strikes like the farmers what we have this moment? Did you have also contact with the farmers?
I have a lot of contacts with the farmers, and there's also a big thing going on with farmers in this region, because we have like 1,600 farmer companies that are destroyed as well.
Yeah.
And the shitty thing is, it's under the ground mostly. The cow shit
Yeah.
goes under in this cellars, and the cellars from the earthquakes, they all crack.
Yeah.
But you cannot see it from so the NAM, they say, oh, it's under the ground, so then we don't pay. But what's happening now, the groundwater is coming into the cellars. It fills up the cellars with groundwater, and the farmers have to pay every cubic meter of cow shit with water. They have to pay it, so they have to pay for the water that's coming into their company. So that so the farmers is a big problem, but they get treated very, very poorly, and it's also the politics. I don't trust the politics
It's
anymore.
hard situation because the land, what we know it with history in Netherlands, that we have the lands when we cannot use it for something another's, only for the cows, only for the horses, only for the sheep, because the land cannot the growing up and with another something natural the food and connection with all places, because it's too lot water and it's too dangerous for
Nederland. The lage landen, we call it, is the lower lands. We are the lowlands, so of course we are mostly under the sea. I think here we are.
So it's hard decision for the farmers to stopping that. What they want the politics, and the politics also want to sell that land.
Now there's another team. This is Stikstof. We have a lot of the farmers have a lot of problems with. That makes it more complicated, but when I stick with the gas only, the 1,500, because Groningen is a real farmer province, it's very green outside, we have a lot of farmer companies, but these farmers, they get paid they are treated like shit.
It's hard to say. We pay for you and you accept that and you sell the land. And this is the land when they leave the father and grandfather, and they want to use it. They give it to the land for the son.
Yeah, but that's the other team. It's about the Stikstof we have now. This is quite actual what you're talking about. But and they are very upset. You see it on maybe you saw it on the highway. All these flags.
The flags. It changes for the second side.
Yeah, they do the second side.
And they say it, if you don't have the cow, you don't have the milk. If you don't have the milk, automatically you don't have another food.
That's also a team, but really it's nothing to do with the earthquakes. It's something different. It's okay. It gives a little bit of feeling about our government, because the government, I think a lot of the people in the Netherlands, they start that they don't trust the government so more.
But if that happened, if really they must sell the land and the government buys that land, so what you think the government to do it with that land? They sell another companies for another countries, or except we want the builds, except the houses, because we also have the problem with the houses. The lot years it was not be a good financial for the build the houses. We have situation with Groningen when we have beautiful university and long tradition, and a lot of students coming here with a lot of places around for world, and they asking me and my friends a lot of time, Lucas, do you have a places for the sleeping, because we're looking places for the rent houses for the room.
It's a big problem.
And what happened this is a problem not only for the students, also for the people who want to work in something places. The company want to open a sector for the people, but the people cannot living if they don't have the houses.
I have my company, I'm also looking for a new house. It's quite hard. It's also as well. If you have a little bit more money, it's even then it's hard to find houses now. So that's a problem. They want to build more houses. But if I go back to Groningen again,
yes.
This is a quite new problem that comes over it, the stickstoff problem. But when I go back to the gas, what we are doing now this month, we are organizing like 8 meetups. Today was as well one. Today it was about young people inside of Groningen, how they feel, how they see the world. But we also did something about farmers. We did something about people that rent houses, because we have a lot of people that rent in houses, and they also get destroyed. And then, because they are the renters, they cannot say nothing, and then you also get very weird situations.
And what is opinion of the young people about that situation? We have the situation with the young people growing up, study, you see that people, they see the problem with the gas. What is the opinion of young people about gas? They also want to stop the exploitation with the gas?
Of course. I think everybody that's a real Groninger that lives here, that loves the country, has to say, hey, we have to stop it. And of course, we have to also be reasonable. Of course, we need gas for the hospitals. We need gas for houses. The Tata Steels. We have, and now already because this crisis we have, companies getting closed now because they cannot pay the energy anymore. So.
Yeah, that's what I know. The government have something small dotation for the people. Yeah, only one for the one time.
Yeah, it's like.
But this is very small cash. What you must to use it and.
Normally it was 21% of tax you had to pay, and now you pay 9%. Till the end of this year. There's a little thing, and they did.
But the rent houses, it's not changes about with that.
No. So yeah, it stays difficult. But we don't we think that some people think, if we extract more gas of Groningen, the price will get down, but it's not true, because this Groningen gas goes to the world market, and the world market makes the price. So it has nothing to do with Groningen. We also have a different gas, laag calorisch gas, and we have hoog calorisch gas. In Russia, they have hoog calorisch gas from Norway as well, but the Dutch gas we have here in Groningen is low calorisch gas. It's a different kind of gas.
Yeah, what you can need to use it, but this is also information, because everything it's a contract.
Yeah,
that's what we know. The governments from Netherlands have a contract with another countries when the promise with that contract giving the gas, and now it's stopping, and probably now it's also must pay for that if not giving the gas. So this is also another problem for the cash.
That's one thing, and these contracts are also very hidden. It's not you cannot go to a website to check the contract.
No, of course. No, it's secret.
It's secret. And so last year they told us, no, we have contracts with Italy and with Belgium and Germany. Yeah. So sorry, Groningen, we have to pump because the contracts. Yeah, but here the houses are shaking and people's lives getting destroyed. So where is the balance? No. So
it's possibility that if they really to open it and start exploitation, the gas, people go to outside for the street and start strike from the government.
Yeah, I think
it's possibility. The people like the farmers.
Yeah, the farmers, but all the people. We organized in January. We are organizing a demonstration in the city center. Like 30,000 people came from all around. It was very nice. We had this torches, fakkels, and we went with 13,000 people walking to the streets of Groningen.
With billboards or information.
Yeah, and we did some talkings. It was very impressive.
And who coming from politics spoke with you? Who was representation?
For me, I'm an activist and I like to talk with people, but the local of the province politics I don't like anymore, because they are friends of the shell.
Yeah, but
So-
but did you have a second person who want to spoke with you in that day when in January?
They all like to speak with me, but I'm a little bit sick of speaking with them because I'm a little bit sick of the politics people. They talk a lot, but they don't do nothing.
So that means they only listen.
They
and
listen.
They promise.
They have good, nice words. They can talk very nice. They can make a lot of words, but they say nothing. And so we are a little bit sick of that. And that's why we are organizing these meetups.
Yes.
We organizing this to say nothing. I was saying nothing, and my girl, my friend from the politics in Den Haag, she's always she said nothing. We are listening to the people. Let's listen to the people from this province, because these people have a lot of experience what is happening. So, and the politics, they don't listen to the people.
Sometimes,
they only talk.
Sometimes people try to change the politics. It's mean the people with something organization looking people who be a representation then in politics and go to the parliaments. So that means they want to have the good vote, and a lot of people who go to the moment when it's moment when the people choose the new politics. Did you have it something people who want to go to politics and the representation you and your mission?
Yeah, that's Sandra Beckman.
Sandra, so this is the first person.
Yeah, she's the only person in our government of the 150 that are there.
Only one person.
That's you have Sandra. There is one guy from the socialist part, the PvdA, this Henk Nijboer. He's okay, he's a good person, but he's saying a little bit words about Groningen. But the rest of the politicians, nobody says nothing, because
So
it's too difficult.
if we can say, so we have it only two people.
Two people.
For all Netherlands.
Yeah.
It's hard to have decision in politics if you have only two voices.
Yeah.
And if you want to say it, I not answer that. So
No.
two voices will from
150, yeah.
150. So
Yeah.
it's very hard to stopping the decision from something.
I have to say with that, I think all the politicians all will say yes. They accept there is a problem in Groningen. They all say there is a problem. There's nobody that says, no, this Groningen. No, it's very clear, there's a problem. There are politicians, they say, nice, let's give all the Groningers a few €1,000 and open up the gas drain and pump it out. This is a right-wing opinion. But of course the left-wing parties, it's more no, safety first, and then we talk about money.
Yeah, how we can fight for the freedom, for the free right, for the free position, for the free situation.
Yeah. So what we are doing
with your experience.
What we are doing now is what I told before. We are listening to the people for one thing, because I think that never happened. There was always politicians, experts, people from pop. They always had a lot of words. We have to do this, we have to do that. They also did things to help a little bit, but it didn't work out at the end, because it was always made for them. It was. But now we changed a little bit last month. Now we changed it, and we're doing this 8 teams, about this 8 different themes about earthquakes, and now we are listening to the people, and with all this we extract the best solutions out of that, what the people really say, and we're gonna make this to a manifest, and this manifest goes to the Prime Minister of Economic Affairs, and we in 2 weeks we're going to have this manifest from the people from Groningen.
Oh,
this should happen.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a big something. But what happened from the media? Media, it's interesting that situation. Did you have a lot interview or situation when media coming from TV, from radio, and it's the media? It was opened for you. Only opened for the decision politics and.
No, I think the media is quite critical in the Netherlands, and this now it's every we have this parlementaire enquête on TV every day. There's a new interview of a big hotshot from the economics department, and every day it's so horrifying to hear the stories about it was about my bonus. If I extracted more gas, I got more bonus in my pocket, and that's why I took more gas out. But they said it was not safe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe this reportage.
Yeah, that's why I ask about that, because the media usually they wanted to show that what they want politics.
Yeah.
Except that situation we have this moment in Poland when the politics by the TV, TV,
Yeah.
and we know it, that everything what we see in TV that was decision from politics.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why the people stop believe it in the media.
Yes, in the Netherlands
So
it's
we back,
not so.
back for the situation like what we have the situation with a lot of years with the communists.
Yeah.
And
I
this is very hard to believe it from the media.
Yeah, I understand.
That's why I asked, did you have a good contact from the media, or better it was from something free sector?
I think in the Netherlands it's of course we have right-wing media, and it's also with friends of the politics, but we know a little bit this newspapers. But mostly I can say the media is very open in the Netherlands. Journalists are not brainwashed or not paid by. Sometimes
they don't have collaboration, or
no, not. I don't have this feeling. No. I think the media is still quite critical about
because
this.
it's very big, strong power have to. Yeah, if the media is join with you, it's automatically people see and hear much more information.
I think that the media, I can feel the media is joining with us, really, with the people from Groningen, even media from Amsterdam, they really write well about Groningen.
And what the groups, usually you have it in your organization, because naturally we live in Netherlands, and we can say the people who live in the Netherlands, the people from Netherlands, but we have a lot of groups from another country who living here, except people who coming from Poland and a lot years living here. We have 200,000 people. Did you have the groups who also representation something another nations, another countries, who really believe it for that what you do it, and they know it, they living here now in Netherlands, and this is also that what you're doing, it's good for them.
Yeah, I can understand, but to be very true, I don't have the contact with them. No. Of course, I have foreign friends, and in my company, like 10 people from other countries work here.
And how many people you have in your organization?
Respect for Groningen, that's this is Groningen Gasberaad, I think is working like 5 people. Groningen Bodembeweging is also like 5-6 people. But we have a lot of members, of course. And we have
and voluntarity. Did you have also voluntarity?
Yeah, voluntaries and a lot of people helping. Now this month, we still work on it for 2 weeks till the 16th of September, and then we're gonna do a manifestation on the city center, and then we're gonna explain to the people there what we got extracted out of these 8 meetings with the farmers, with all these different teams. So this is first important, and after the 16th of September we go on, and the 15th September actually here in this location. The minister will come from Den Haag, and we're gonna presentate these points to him. And then we have a chat, a talk, a panel.
So it's a big day.
Tomorrow we have a new meeting about cultural erfgoed. That's like the
here in that places.
No, it's a little outside of the city. It's a little village. It's about cultural heritage. So we have a lot of monuments in the province, and they also get destroyed.
This is also important, except for the tourists, except for the people. What is representation, the cultural history and
the cultural history. So this heritage tradition, it gets destroyed as well, and it's even harder to make this because you cannot make a new monument.
No, it's also expensive.
So it's more expensive. So it gets this also a new kind of way how you treat that. So that's also quite interesting. So we have now like 4 more meetings, and then we got this 15th and 16th where we're gonna present our conclusions.
Okay, so to this moment I thank you for the conversation.
Yeah.